questions can look two ways. They can have the word and in them, which is a really good clue. It's an and question. Or it can look like a sandwich, like this one. 8 is less than 3y minus 7 and less than or equal to 23. This is an and if it looks like a sandwich. Everybody understand what I'm talking about, the sandwich? It's got two symbols with something in the middle. So the first thing I'm going to do is write the two equations. This is one of the equations, and this is the other. If you notice that 3y minus 7 is kind of in both equations, but I like the y on the left. Some of you did this wrong on your homework, so pay attention. You do 3y minus 7 is greater than 8, because in this you have to turn the sign if you're going to flip the two things. And then 3y minus 7 is less than or equal to 23. On that side, you didn't really change the order, so it just stays the way you see it. Everybody see that? So this, you're going to add the 7 to both sides, and you're going to get 3y equals 15. Y equals 5, greater than 5. And over here you add 7, and you have 3y is less than or equal to 30. Y is less than or equal to 10. So the and is the overlap. I'm going to draw a picture, and I want you guys to consider getting scrap paper and drawing the original picture on the side and then putting your final answer on the page, and I'll tell you why. So here you have the 5, and you have the 10, and this is a donut to infinity and beyond, and this is a dot to negative infinity, right? But that is not the graph you're going to put on your picture, on your paper, because the and question is where it overlaps, correct? So all you're going to put on the picture is from 5 to 10 with the line in the middle, because that's where it overlaps. That's where the two lines overlap each other. Okay, so now we do the notation, the interval notation. This graph goes from 5, because we're looking at this graph right here, all the way to 10, and the 10 is a hard shell and the 5 is a soft shell. Let's say your final graph looks like this. Let's say we have a -4 and a donut and a less than, and we have a +7 and a donut and a greater than. What is the answer to this question if it was an and question? Where do they overlap?
They don't.
Nowhere.
Then the answer is this. You don't draw a graph, you just put no solution. Okay? And if the graph looks like this, where you have that -4 and a donut in this way, and then you have a 7 and let's say even a dot and this way, where do they overlap?
-4.
From -4 on. So the graph would really look like this, because that's where they start overlapping. This would be, that's a good question, this would be negative infinity to -4, and it doesn't include -4 because it didn't include that, it didn't overlap at -4, it overlaps right in front of -4, right? At -4.0001. But it doesn't overlap at -4. So now when we say or is all, here you really don't have to put it off to the side and graph it and see where they overlap, because no matter what your picture looks like, that's the answer. I don't care where the arrows are. I don't care if they're like overlapping. I don't care if they're not overlapping. Or you draw the whole picture, okay? If you had black or, what was the other color, green on, you get to come to the party. Didn't matter, you didn't have to have one or the other. You didn't have to have both. You had to have one or the other, okay? So or is all, so whatever you get, you get. You just draw it, whatever the picture says you do. So here we're going to subtract 6 from both sides, and we get k is less than -10. And here we're going to divide by 3, and we get k is greater than or equal to 9. So here you have your -10 is always on the left, because -10 is smaller than 9. And you have a donut to negative infinity, and a dot to positive infinity. Here we go, and we're going to do this, the notation now. Well, this notation is negative infinity to -10, and this is going to be soft shell, soft shell. And what's the other one going to be?
9, hard shell 9, and then infinity.
to infinity, soft shell. But you have to put something in the middle. And that's it's just like a U, like that. No line on it, no fancy U. It's just like a little U. That it's the union of those two sets of numbers. It's negative infinity all the way to negative 10 right before it. And then it's plus also 9 and to infinity and beyond. Okay?